how to take your nanny home to Spain with you this summer. 2 seconds and we jump into this very important video and information. Hello everyone, my name is Maria Rubert, lawyer and arbitrator with a base in Dubai in the UAE for the past 15 years. Today I start what I'm gonna call a summer series, preparation of summers for Spanish expats in the UAE while preparing to go home to spend 1 week, 2 weeks, usually it's longer, not 1 week, but 2 weeks minimum, usually 1 month, 2 months. It's very common that when the kids get the break, families go home, or partially families go home for the summer to see their families, for the kids to know where they come from. So important. So the purpose of my video today is, first, is it an option to take my nanny home? Second, what do I need to prepare? And 3, any additional recommendations like what can I expect on the date of the appointment, how to make the appointment, etc. So the first question, can you take your nanny to Spain for the summer? I have heard all sorts of horror stories, such as, no, Spanish embassy has a ban on nannies because they are afraid they are going to run away and never come back. It's better that you apply through another Schengen embassy. It's possible if the nanny is under you, but not possible if you have a nanny through an agency. All sorts of horror stories. I don't blame them. You know, when you don't know details about anything in life, usually you come up with horror stories. Yes, this is normal. The unknown leads to horror stories. So the purpose of my video today is to give some information and ideally eliminate some of those horror stories. Yes. So first question, can you take your nanny home with you? The answer, generally speaking, is yes, you can. Yes. What the tricky part is how you are going to apply for it. Yes. Will you apply as a domestic worker or will you apply as a tourist for a tourist visa? Usually, the Spanish embassy will expect you to apply as a domestic worker for your visa if she is under your visa. If you sponsor your nanny, it will be expected that you apply as a domestic worker visa. If you do not sponsor your nanny, which is very common if you go through Tadbir, MaidCC, you name the agency, then you will be expected to apply for your nanny's visa, for your nanny to apply as a tourist. Yes, so the documents are slightly different. Yes, but the base will be the base of the tourist visa, the Schengen tourist visa. So what documents are those? Yes, the very first one is passport. Yes, you will need to have 2 pages for the stamping. And then the passport will need to have a validity of at least additional 3 months from the return date of the trip. Okay, so passport. The application form, this can be downloaded easily and needs to be filled out, and it needs to be filled out. Yes. What else do you need? You need to provide 2 photographs, passport photographs. Then keep in mind that this is a tourist visa, so you will also need to submit evidence of financial means. Yes, to pay herself or to sustain herself during the duration of the trip. Medical insurance with minimum 30,000 euros and repatriation costs. What else will you need to prepare? Accommodation and bookings, so flights and accommodation. So if you're applying as a tourist for your nanny, so what can you submit? You can submit evidence that the house where you're going is yours or your accommodation as well. What else will you need to provide together with the financial means? Employment contract. What is the employment contract? How does your nanny gets paid? This, remember, tourist visa, she is sponsored under the agency. So usually it's also good that you ask the agency for an NOC, non-objection certificate, for the nanny to travel with you. Yes, ideally you will submit the trade license of that agency and the Emirates ID of the signatory of the agency. If you don't have it, they will ask you to sign an undertaking that you know that you, a declaration that you declare that you know that you are not submitting it. Some agencies do not give it, and this doesn't have to be a problem per se. Okay, then also they will ask you for the itinerary. So what it can be a cover letter, like this is what I'm gonna do, this is where I'm gonna travel, this is what I'm gonna do during my time in Spain. You sign, and then it is part of the application, but you will be asked, and I am listing it because if you have been given a Schengen visa, your nanny has been given a Schengen visa before, it's good that you prepare it and you also submit. Yes, but you will be asked during the application form, and then if she's had other Schengen visas, so prepare the documents as well. So what is different when you apply for a domestic worker? What is different when you apply for a domestic worker? Remember, when your nanny is sponsored under you, what is expected? You will need to submit also employment contract, which you may also have been submitted when you do the tourist visa, employer's letter, so will be your letter, proof of employer's status, because it is understood that you're gonna cover the expenses, so your also bank statement, 3 to 6 months bank statements tends to be good, and then proof of accommodation, which this is also on the tourist visa, but the difference here is that there will be an expectation that it will be the same. Yes, where the family is staying, she will need to stay. Okay? So once you have the documents more or less ready, or you know that you will have them ready, or even before, schedule an appointment. In the UAE, to apply for a Schengen visa, you need to do it through BLS. Yes, you will need to create an account on their site and then request an appointment. You can also request them to come to your house to get the documents and the biometrics. Yes, but in my experience, the fact that you ask them to come to your house will not expedite the appointment. So get an early start. Like while I was preparing this video, I called them. Today is the 27th of May. And they were giving me for the end of July, and the schedule for August was not open yet. Of course, there are ways around that, but this is the usual channels. Yes, and this is what we can rely on. All right. So on the day of the appointment, you will need to bring all of the documents. Biometrics will be done. And also, you will need to pay for the visa, which is around 100 euros, more or less, depending on nationality and the type of the visa. Recommendation: have a very early start. So my recommendation is that you make the appointment as soon as you are thinking about the trip, and then you have time to prepare the documents. The documents are not difficult to retrieve and to obtain. Also, get someone to revise it, to ensure that the documents are properly organized, they are easy to navigate through, and they make sense one after the other. Very important, they are genuine. Once you go to the appointment, afterwards, the embassy has about 15 working days to reply, but usually they know the traveling date, so they will mark it as fast track or non-fast track. Yes, so usually it's not a problem once all the documents are ready. Having a revision of the documents will ensure that you don't need to complete the information later on, and avoiding delays. So once you know you are traveling, book an appointment as soon as possible. I hope this is of help. Of course, happy to help, happy to revise. You may shoot me an email for help at any time. If you have learned a little bit, if you have liked the video, please do like my video. Please do subscribe to my channel to get to new information as soon as it is out, and follow me on social media. I talk not only about my YouTube topics, but also about life in Dubai and how it is like to live and work in the UAE. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We are close to the 50,000 subscribers, and I'm so happy that you've done all this way with me. Thank you.